Hello friends and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make a brown sugar pecan cinnamon roll cake. So everything you see on my counter is all it's going to take to make this, and I got to tell you, this has such an amazing taste. It's so impressive looking. It's just a joy to eat this because it's like having cake but cinnamon rolls but with nuts and brown sugar and everything all in one bite, which is amazing, especially when you have the icing on top of it. And really all you have here is a couple of cans of deluxe cinnamon rolls. You have some brown sugar, some butter, and some pecans, and you just use some cooking spray to put in your pan, and you need a bundt pan. That's it. So we're going to start out in a skillet, which we have a stick of butter which we're going to melt down. Want to get this as melted as possible before we add the next things to it. So put this on at least medium to high heat to start this melting. And then once we get it pretty much melted down, we're going to bring in some brown sugar. Now for the brown sugar, you need probably 3/4 of a cup. You don't need a whole lot of this in here. Get it in with the butter, mix it up, and we want to keep mixing this until the butter is completely melted and then your brown sugar is broken down. And as you go to stir this, even if you have some lumps in your brown sugar, it will eventually cook down, which is not a problem. And if you have some that are really hard that just came out of the package that way, go ahead and get those out of it. But go ahead and mix this up until we get to the point where we have our butter melted. And we want this to actually get to a point where it's really warmed up and heated before we bring in our pecans to this, because we want to make sure that it's ready for that to come in. Now, when you use your pecans, you can use almost a cup worth of them. And we're going to add them to this once the temperature of your skillet has gotten kind of hot, because we're going to actually cook this for a little while with the nuts in place. So that way we're going to get a little bit of a bubble going on in the pan. It's going to start getting really hot, but we're going to cook the nuts along with the brown sugar and the butter to get a taste going here before we do anything else. So this is going to take a couple of minutes to do. It's not a big long process, but you want to just keep mixing this around. We don't want anything to sit on the bottom or scorch or do anything like that. And once these are in here, just make sure it's at least to medium high heat. And like I said, for about 2 minutes or so, we're just going to cook them to put some flavor into those nuts. And then when they're done, they're going to get transferred over to your bundt pan. So at this point, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. This is going to actually bake, once we get the whole thing together, for about a half an hour. It's one of those things you want to keep watch on, like around 20 some minutes in. Just check your oven to make sure that it hasn't gotten too brown. So get your bundt pan, spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. Even though it says nonstick, I don't believe them, because a lot of times stuff sticks. So it is what it is. So once I've got mine sprayed, I'm going to bring in the whole mix that I had going in the skillet, and I'm going to put this in the bottom of it. So just working my way around. And we want everything in there, including the butter, the brown sugar, the nuts, all of it. So just, if you have to take something like a spatula, run over your pan, just get it all in, because trust me, when this hits onto the cinnamon roll, this has such an amazing flavor. So it's just going to help add to what we're doing. So when we get this done, we're going to set this to the side, and then we're going to bring in the 2 cans of deluxe cinnamon rolls. Now they have like 5 in each one of these, because these are the jumbo kind. But I got to tell you, these are grands. And, I've gotten cinnamon rolls before. They're not a joy to get out of the can. Grands, you got to do better. Because when I was pulling these things out, they were sticking together, unraveling, falling apart like you don't know what. All because they probably could have put them in the can a little bit better. But it's okay, because we're going to take it and we're going to push it back together, and it's still going to serve the purpose that we had. Just bring them out, put them to the side, and like I said, by the time you get both cans open, you're going to have 10 of these. And that's what's going to actually get put into the bundt pan on top of what we already put in there to make what we got going on. Now, if you did not notice, I pulled that icing out, and that lid is not even attached. And what's really sad is when I open the second one up, it's the same way. It's like, I know they think these things are cold and it's not going to come out of that container. Yeah, okay, whatever. Because as soon as I went to pull mine out, the lid came right off and my fingers went right in it. So, yeah. Anyway. So go ahead and get both of your cans open up of the cinnamon rolls and get them separated, because we need them all separated before we move on with this. So like I said, by the time you get them all open, you have 10 of these, and if you have to mush them back into shape, go for it. Because when these bake up, it really doesn't matter for what we're doing, but if you're actually just making cinnamon rolls, it just might matter. But Go ahead and get them all out of there. And then at this point, once you get them completely out, you should have 2 containers of the icing with the lids that don't stay on, and set them to the side, because that's going to be one of the last things that we use in this recipe. But we want to get them out, set them to the side, because eventually we're going to remove those little metal lid things they had on top of them, and then put them in the microwave for a few seconds to loosen them up to where you could pour them over the cake. But anyway, so go ahead and get these to the side, get them ready to roll. And then what we're going to do with them is take them, turn them up on their sides, and put them into the bundt pan. And we're going to make a ring going around, because they're all going to stand on their side going completely around this thing. Now they stand better once you get them all in. So when you're first putting them in, you might have to hold on to them for a second to get them stood upright, but that's okay. And then we just work our way around the whole thing to get them in the way they should be. So as you're getting everything out of your cans, make sure that you put all of those cinnamon rolls back together, because, you know, it took me a minute to do it. And then we're just going to go ahead and start putting these in. Now, one thing you want to make sure of when you're doing this is they are staying together when you sit them in. And as you can see, this is what I'm talking about, sitting them in on their sides. Now, as you're putting them in, depending on how big your pan is, because I just have a standard one here, you know, they're going to have to go in, and then you add more to it to get them to stand up, because they'll end up touching against each other in the center, and that's going to help hold them in place as this is actually baking. But you might have to move them around and shift them until they are the way they should be. But like I said, once you get all 10 of these in, there's enough of them to actually hold this up for it to go into the oven. So like I said, preheat your oven 350 degrees before you do this, and then you're going to bake it for at least 30 minutes. Mine was right at 30, and it was like really brown and nice looking. But this is what it looks like going into the oven. And as you can see, this was not hard, really. And when it comes back, it looks something like this. Now, you need to let this cool before you try to take it out of your bundt pan, because we don't want to like destroy this, because if it's hot, it might pull apart a little bit. So let it sit for like 20 minutes, and then after 20 minutes, we'll come back to it and start to remove it, because you're going to flip this upside down on a plate and then just wiggle it a little bit until it pops out. And yes, it will, because mine popped out. And that's the best thing about it. This is not hard. Now, you might have a nut or two that sticks to the inside of the bundt. You can just easily bring that over and sit it back on top, because doesn't that look good just the way it is right there? I mean, this just has the best taste, and it looks so good. And it's impressive. If you were serving this with coffee or whatever, people would really enjoy this, or just eating it in general, or for the holidays, or for guests, or serving this for breakfast or something. If you had a bunch of people around, you wanted to have something quick. So nuke that icing that came with it. Just do it for about 10 seconds, and then pour it on top of here, and it's going to actually drizzle its way down as it sits. And you got 2 of these, so you got plenty of this to put on top. And then when it's done, you got this thing totally coated, and this has such an amazing taste. It's like going someplace like Cinnabon or something and getting something amazingly sweet and wonderful to eat. And it's so simple, and this doesn't cost that much to make at home. Trust me, this is a lot cheaper than going out to a restaurant. But it's impressive, and people will like it, because I'm telling you, in my house, this thing didn't last hardly any time at all. People hit it and it was gone, and I was happy I actually got a piece of it. But if you're looking for something for holidays, getting people around for coffee or whatever, this is it. And this is what it looks like on a plate once you cut some of it off. And I gotta tell you, this is amazing, and I think you just might like it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.